You actually might not make it to 1800. You'll get stuck at 16.5. If you don't know the basics, you got to know the basics at the very least. These are the best specs for you to play right now with the basics. Okay, coming in hot, Ret Paladin, absolutely no surprise right there. Coming at 1800 and at the highest level, don't mind you. Ret Paladin is just so forgiving, guys. I'm going to share a story with you. I decided to take a break from my Destro Warlock for a few shuffles. I got on Ret Paladin because I said I wanted to get the elite set. It felt like heaven compared to the amount of effort I had to put on my Warlock to win games. The amount of effort, it's basically like running a triathlon versus sitting in one of those futuristic seats like off that one movie where all the humans got fat because they never moved their feet. That's Ret Paladin. You get to sit on a little robot and everything is just, it just feels so good. Your burst is forgiving. Your heals are forgiving. Your freedoms and kiting is forgiving. Your not kiting is forgiving. Everything about Ret is forgiveness. And forgiveness for a new player is a new player's best friend. So we'll go ahead and lock it in. Now, I'm going to say Arms Warrior used to be not as forgiving, guys, but it's an absolute top contender right now, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, my old school Bladestorm Execute build is back on the Slayer side, and if you guys aren't giving that a run for its money, I suggest you hop on it because that's got old school arms written all over it. When I say old school, I mean like Wrath and Legion type shit, but a TBC player will be laughing at me right now, but we're not playing Classic. In any case, Arms Warrior with the new ignore pain buffs, it's no surprise you're tankier now. Sitting in D stance, if you're a new player, just sit in D, bro, and win and dampening. You can't lose. Put up a spell reflect, then go battle. Hit a war stomp on or a war breaker on him and blade storm your way to victory. It's all good, baby. BM Hunter, it's absolutely no surprise. BM Hunter is a top range spec for new players. If you want 1800 plus, if you want anything plus, go BM. It's going to be very forgiving. All you got to do is learn how to land traps to get to 1800. If you want to get to 2400, you got to learn how to land traps without pet stun. There it is. All right. Make sure you're feign deathing on cue. All right. Frost Mage, absolutely no surprise. I'm going to tell you what's fun about Frost, guys. The problem is you can never pre-wall or pre-reflect a Ray of Frost. You never know when it's coming. I don't know how many times I've lost to a Frost Mage on my Warlock simply because I can't reflect it once it's already casting. Sometimes you gotta dedicate a kick to a healer. You got 3 casters in the building. I can't commit my kick to Ray of Frost every time. And Frost Mages are banking on that. They're banking on one of your teammates missing or screwing up a kick rotation. And that's when they strike. Frost Mage is in a great position, all right? Unholy DK. You guys are anti-casters. I want to let you guys know, despite the tuning, it's no surprise seeing you as a top melee in the top 3 melee because you're not supposed to be losing to casters as unholy guys. You got like a 20 to 30 second AMS. You're not with death grips and chains. You're not supposed to be losing to casters. So if you're losing to casters, you got to get your A game up, all right? Because those are the caster killers right there, especially in damp. All right, now we've got Windwalker. No surprise, it's a top melee. I would consider that in the top bunch still. Your on-demand burst on no global cooldown is catching people surprised the same way Ray of Frost is. You cannot predict when it's coming. You get maybe 1 second to see the zenith glow or something to react. That's a far cry from other specs and classes that have to build up to that. No surprise there. Devour, Demon Hunter, once you get it down, guys, once you get it down, them hard swaps are nice. You see somebody sub 50% HP and just send that Predator's Wake. You're relying on other people being ready for that. And if they're not, and they're asleep at the wheel, you just gained another dub, homie. So Devour's in a great spot. Marksmanship Hunter, apparently people are stacking up for their volleys all nice and perfect. So if people aren't moving, then you're going to get maximum capacity out of marksmanship and you're going to AoE snipe the entire team down. It's a very satisfying feeling. And you're always going to do good in battlegrounds and world PvP. Team Sniper is always a fun spec. Sub-Rogue, absolutely dominator of the universe. If there's a Sub-Rogue in the building, you've got to fight on your hands, straight up. These Sub-Rogues are boxing down every spec in the game right now. And good luck trying to clip one of their wings. It's just not happening until you're really going to have to take some brute force trauma from these sub rogues before you even get an opportunity to chop one up yourself. So very good spot. And then we're going to finish off the top tier with Enhancement Shaman. Enhancement Shaman Doomwind's window is so long. It's the better Ascendance version of Ellie, to be honest with you. It's on demand. If they try to kite, you have like a 25 to 35 yard range with Doomwinds. And it's just a beautiful situation. It's almost a guaranteed win in dampening as well. People don't respect it. You're going to get an auto dub. All right, Affliction Warlock, this is my main, and this is where I'd say the ranking stops, because this is where skill is really, really needed. Now, Affliction, we're getting off easy, a little bit easier than Destro with our buffed Dark Pact, but that still doesn't matter. It gets chopped through like instantly when it starts getting that dampening timer clocks up. It's a very hard spec to master. I wouldn't say jumping on an Afflict right now. Assassination Rogue, I get it. You got to build up for that one shot. Somebody lives, what your ass gonna do when you're energy starved, right? It's gonna take some skill. Same with Havoc. You've got no real burst. You've got some big eye beams. It's delicious. But you've got no crazy finishing power like Devour does. It's no surprise you're behind your brother. Fury Warrior. With your main defensive being a leech heal variant, when that dampening timer goes up like Destro, your entire class is kitted around that. You're going to fall short compared to Arms, for instance, who has a parry, right? And a DR, right? So Arms is going to win way ahead of that because of that reason. Shadow Priest. The name of the game is survive until the end. You can just survive, in my opinion, as a Shadow Priest, you can survive a little bit better than a Warlock. I would take Shadow Priest defensive utility over Warlock any day on my Warlock, because God forbid if I don't juke 999 kicks out of 1,000. God forbid if I don't read every single gladiator's mind on cue every single game, or I auto lose. God forbid that happens, right? Because my wall gets bursted through 90 to 0, and I can't reflect Ray of Frost when it's already channeling. That's 2 giant counters right there. Not to make, I'm going to go on a rant here, but in any case, Frost DK, it's no surprise we're seeing it at the bottom. The higher you get in CR, the faster people are going to respond to your burst, and then once that's over, they're going to clean up house. Right, Pharaoh Druid, again, you got the AoE bleeds, clones offensive and defensive. It's no surprise you're at the bottom of the pack. Doesn't mean you're there as far as execution. It's there as far as ease of access for a new player. This is an 1800 spec analysis, guys. I wanted to share with you, and it's perfect for you guys to see this. It's literally going from easiest to hardest. Okay, it starts getting hard right here at Affliction, guys. That's where I want you to draw the line. Fire Mage. Surprised to see it a little bit lower. Well, I guess it is hard to line up those meteors perfect every time, and that's the only thing keeping you alive right now. You play very good with a rogue. I would imagine you're a lot more fun in even 2s and 3s. We can line that up consistently. A little bit more chaotic in solo shuffle when the people are breaking polys and stuff like that. So Fire Mage's going to lose a little bit of edge there, because Combust isn't just guaranteed to one-shot somebody anymore. All right, and then we have Ellie Shaman. You're going to live forever, but you're not really... You've got some great damage and execution. I mean, you're going to win, but you're at the mercy of how slow Lava Burst is, in my opinion. The Achilles heel of Elemental is Lava Burst. They need to make it a faster cast, or they need to make it hit with some nuts. Because right now, I don't like using it as a filler when it's supposed to be buffed in all types of ways. It's a whole contradiction on Ellie right now, but I'm still giving some tests, and I can still make Tempest work, but damn, it's just like Destro. I got to juke in your face to make it work, or things are going to go south. Do you think that the Ret Arms BM or Frost Mage has to do any kind of 9,000 IQ jukes? No, they have to just send it. That's why it's fun versus not fun. If it's fun if you can do the 9,000 IQ, but you're either big brain or little brain. Little brains are at the top, big brains are at the bottom. All right, and then we have Destro Lock, my main. I'm the best Destro in the game. You know what the business is. And I'm going to tell you it's a B tier spec. So we're down here at the B tier, and I hate to say that about my main, but buff my spec. All right, and then we have Outlaw. It's a little bit harder to track roll the bones. No surprise to see it on the complex side. Balance, offensive and defensive clones. No real finishing power, but you got AoE spread. It is complicated. Dev, as easy as it is, it's still somewhat complicated. You've got some weird moves like time dilation and picking people up and sending them all around. And if you don't really contribute like that at a non-stop rate, you will fall behind other specs and classes. No surprise there. Survival Hunter, your other Hunter brothers are doing it a lot better. No surprise to see you a little bit at the bottom, but you are still a top-notch executor. And then Demonology Warlock, one of the most unfun specs to play in the game, in my opinion. Arcane Mage is not too far behind it. You spend the entire game trying to cast a long-ass Arcane Surge. If you get it off, people just go to the wall and come right back out. And then Aug Evoker, you might do some little shenanigans with an eruption here or there and blow somebody in the air. As soon as they come back down, you're doing nothing. So with that being said, you guys are looking good. I wanted to just do a quick breakdown. This is basically a PvP tier list inside of this analysis as well. So I hope you guys like it. It lines up pretty perfect for this week. If you're a new player and you want a new main, I would highly recommend for melee, go with Ret Arms or Unholy. And if you want to do a new ranged, I would highly recommend BM, Frost Mage, or even Devour Demon Hunter, for sure. Devour Demon Hunter, okay? But any of that first half is going to be top-notch fun, guys. You're going to have a blast on the entire first half. All right, so thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one, all right?